Hello everyone. Today's topic is all about how to be properly prepared when mailing or shipping letters and package using post office service. I always say this mostly in all of my videos because this is very important details to know. And for those who don't know my channel yet, this channel is all about mailing and shipping domestic or international service using post office service. And for those who are not subscribed yet, please share, likes, and subscribe so that you don't miss any upcoming video that I will be uploading every Sunday. And please stay tuned for more information, and let's begin. I decided to create just for this topic because the reason are there are so many customer doesn't know or have no idea when it comes to mail or shipping letters and packages using post office. I know it's all on my videos, but I wanna focus on this topic. It seems like this is very important to discuss because it helps both customers and postal clerk or postal employee make the line short. In other words, to help the line make it short. I know it's in the post offices always have a long line due to some people are not sure what service they're going to use to mail their items, or some of them are really not prepared to packaging their stuff, addressing their items. So let's say for this one, you go to the post office and you give this to the clerk, and then of course the clerk would ask you, where is this going? And you said somewhere in this and that, and that's a lot of discussion there. So it take more minutes, it take time to figure out. It would be nice that every time you go to the post office, if you give this to the clerk, nothing written the address, or it's just plain like this with a box on it without no address, which has happened. It's funny, but this is real. This is the true story. What I'm pointing out here, when you go to the post office and you give this to the clerk, and the clerk would say nothing's written like this, nothing's written in that, it's just a plain nothing's written. When you go to the post office, everything should prepare like that with written address on the box, anywhere on the box or in your letters as well, like that. So now, why I'm pointing this out, because postal clerk would put you aside to label the box or envelope anywhere, somewhere in the front or on the side. I know you're already in the line. Please don't make an argument or upset about it. Just do your portion and follow the clerk's instruction, and you will be fine. And this is the reason I created this channel, to help out the public and the postal customers. As soon as you give this to the clerk, no address on it, nothing's written, the clerk will tell you the box, your item must have a handwritten address from you. That's pretty normal because the package needs to be with handwritten address from you. That means you write the address that where it's going in from you, to protect you and the clerks, because this is pretty serious. It's a lot of incidents out there that happening that they did not write the address. For addressing for domestic, address it from you. You are the sender, and address delivery line and city and state and zip code. So it always likes this, from and to. All of my videos I pointed this out because this is very important. You cannot do to and from. Switch this over. The machine reads from and to. If you make an argument with that, the package will arrive to you. We'll send it back to you because it's supposed to be the left corner, it's from you, and then where it's going. Machine reads like that, from and to. And then it has to be both has correct address. Why I said that? Because like I said, there's so many incidents there. the address is not correct, yours first is to receiver. Address needs to be correct and complete. The number of the house, it has to be correct. Let's say you're missing 0, you're missing 1. It will be like insufficient of such address because it's not correct. And in the street line, you need to write that correct. In other words, the city, state, and zip code. Zip code, mostly problem is zip code and the street number. Don't guess about it. You have to get the sender correct address and complete in order for the items to arrive in the right place. And don't do it to and from. Always looks like this, from and to. The same with this one, the letters also. You do not write from and to. It has to be from and to, like this. Because like I said, the machine reads like that, from and to. That's how the machine designed for. You do not mail this if you're not sure the address. You have to get the address correctly. So the same with this envelope as well. As you see, it's from and to. The same thing, letters, large envelope, package, machine reads like that, from and to. The house number and then the address of the street, and then the city, state, and zip code. The same with this one also. So you need to get the address correctly. If you don't have the correct address or guessing, it will go to like insufficient such of address or unable or some kind of like, or else if no one's claiming it, it will go to the dead mail. And especially if you don't write your return address and if you just leave this blank, that's okay because that's your choice. But if it is really important, I would not leave this blank. No return address, it's another problem. It's gonna go to the dead mail and you will surprise what's wrong with the package or letter you send to your friend or your family. And then write the name, your name, and then the receiver's name, recipient's name. So both of these has to have a written address. All of these items that you're going to send, you need to put all of them an address. You do not give this to the clerk without address, handwritten address on the envelope or box or the regular envelope because you have to they put you aside to write your address. Don't guess the address. It's not worth it when you're guessing to receiver's address because that's a big problem too if you're guessing about it. International, the same process from and to, but I would suggest it has to be look like this. For me, I would suggest to put bold and big for the country because you know why? Easy for dispatch clerk to sort or the machine. But for me, there's a lot of incidents which going to different country too because like I said, for me it helps doing like this when I mail something to my country. That's for my suggestion. So some of them they put in the wrong container and then to the wrong country, and then that's the reason why mistakes happen. Okay, so why it goes to different country. But for me, it helps if I do this like a big and bold country. I know in the international has different address. There's a different setup for the address. Don't worry about it. Just write as much you can, but the important is the country. Okay, because one is sort to the country, go out to the country, so pretty much that country know where what province and city is going. From here in United States, I would suggest to do this like mine. It's Philippines. I write big and bold Philippines. Okay, another thing too, that it has to be look like this, correct? You do not cover anything here. You do not write anything here. That's the reason I would like you to do look like this. Because you know why? This portion here, it's a postage label notation. You need to leave this empty here and this one is empty as well. The same thing with this one too. You do not cover, you do not write anything this corner here. This is the postage label notation and this one is like for the print label as well. For international, of course, they put like some kind like a print all the information. And the same thing with this one too. The print label notation here, and also the posted label notation right here. You do not write anything here and here. It has to be look like this. The same with the package as well. You do not write anything here and write anything here. You have to give a room for the postage label, print label here for postage, and the same thing with here too. When you go to the post office and you bring no handwritten address, nothing done from you're not sure about the address, we can help you that too. But like I said, post office is always have a long line. It's just a few seconds, there's gonna be behind you right away. So that's why we suggest for you to be ready to have your items handwritten address from you, to make it the process fast and keep going. So some of you will get upset and not happy about it, but mostly clerks will tell you to go aside, and then we will grab you once you're done. We will let us know when you are ready, so that there's a minute or time to help the next person that behind you. So don't get upset about it. Just do your portion. Let me know when you're ready. Well, I will put you aside, and you are gonna be like, oh, you're supposed to be printing the label for me. Yes, sir, we do that. We do that for you, but it has to be the items address written from you and where it's going, so that there's a support address from you and from me. At least both of the address are matched from you written, and then the printed label from the post box and envelope must have a correct address written on the box. Anywhere on the box, at least there are two addresses to support in case that either one will get erased or something happen. At least there's some kind like address that supports the item where it's going, which is happen a lot. Some of the printed label will get tore out or got some kind like covered on it, like accidentally, which is happen a lot. So when we look up the box, when we're sorting the box, we're like, the address here the same, and then we look up the tracking, and then something like missing the tracking. It's like it could happen anything. It's like this. Sometimes it covers, sometimes it tore out this. Sometimes there's a lot of things going on that could happen on your items. Sometimes there's a double printed label on the items. Sometimes either here, sometimes over here. It's just happening quite often. But we're trying to figure out like where the tracking number, where's this supposed to be going? If you don't write anything on the box, we cannot figure out. We can hold on to a little bit, and then we wait for somebody to call or to go to the office to look for that package, to identify that package. So at least if you write something on the package, we know that that label, it belongs to this address. So that's help us to identify where is this package going. So like it's pretty suggested that the box or envelope needs to have handwritten address from the sender. Postal clerk would be proud of you for doing your portion. Please check the link below if you are planning to mail or ship something for different services. You all are welcome to send me a comment below. I will try to respond as fast as I could. I am hoping that this topic would help you and other customer as well. Thank you and be safe, and bye.